Hello everyone, this is Jeff coming to you from behind the camera today. Better for me to show you my latest acquisition, which is a new turntable. For those few people who've watched my videos, you know that I've been bitching about my old turntable and the problems I've been having with it, and it's really caused me to not want to listen to music and play records very much. So I don't really have anything new to show or to talk about in the way of records, so this video is going to be all about this turntable. After much thought and research and deliberation over the last couple of months, I'd say, I decided on this turntable, which you see in front of you. This is by Pro-Ject. It is called the Classic, and this one has the SB Superpack included with it. While I was looking for non-professional reviews on turntables, basically just, real people, real world type, I had a very hard time finding them. There's really not a lot out there. So I'm making this video kind of as a way to give my non-professional thoughts and impressions on this turntable to hopefully help somebody in the future if they're looking for info about a new turntable. Like I said, this one is by Pro-Ject. This just came out last year. This is their 25th anniversary edition of turntable. That's why it's called the Classic. It's very reminiscent of the old school turntables from the 60s and 70s with the wooden plinth and the aluminum center. So in terms of looks, I think it's one of the prettiest turntables out there easily. So let me lift this dust cover up, and I'll go through some of the features of this turntable. The wood is solid wood. It's not MDF with veneer over it. It's actual stained wood, which is nice. As part of the super pack that they call it, this here is the speed control, which I'll zoom in on here. Basically, you just press the button once for 33 and twice for 45s, and I'll demonstrate it in a moment, and you'll see it spins up. This doesn't require the changing of the belt on the pulley to change speed. You just have to press the button. So that was one of the features of the Super Pack. Another one is this record clamp. Comes with it. And instead of the felt mat, you got the leather mat. It's actually suede, which is supposed to help sound quality. And the clamp is supposed to help sound quality too. The big upgrade with the Super Pack compared to the base model is the cartridge. Let's see if it zooms in on there. That's a Sumiko Blue Point number 2 cartridge. The standard non-Super Pack version has an Ortofon Silver. So this Blue Point is a moving coil cartridge. The Ortofon is a moving magnet, and supposedly I've never owned a turntable with a moving coil cartridge before, but that's supposed to be a big upgrade on the sound. So those 4 items are basically what you get extra with the Super Pack. As far as impressions on this turntable, I've only owned it for 2 days, so I'll probably be updating this video a little bit later. Compared to my old turntable, which was a Pioneer PL600 vintage, the sound on this is a lot warmer. It's got a lot more low end to it compared to the Pioneer, which I've lived with for probably 2 years, 2.5 years. So listening to this, like I've listened to a handful of records on it already, and it just seems like the sound is fuller and richer. I don't really know how else to explain it. I put Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon on first, and it sounded spectacular. I played the new Greg Allman album, his last album. I played In a Silent Way by Miles Davis, just to try to get a variety of different types of music on there to see how it sounds. And so far, this turntable nails it. I can't really say anything bad about this right now. As far as impressions go on things that I wish were a little different, you can see this little weight hanging there by a fishing line through that hook. That's the anti-skate. And the end of that fishing line goes on that rod right there. I don't know if this is even going to show up. It's kind of hard to see. But that is your anti-skate instead of a dial or something a little more modern to use to keep the anti-skate going. That strikes me as a little cheap. I wish they'd done something a little more modern with that. Compared to my other turntable, this is a fully manual turntable, meaning that you place the needle on the record yourself, and when you get to the end of the side, you have to lift the needle and put it back. There's no auto return, there's no auto start, which is a big difference from my previous turntable. That was a fully auto one. So that's not really good or bad, it's just a difference that I'll just have to get used to a little bit. The other thing is, I'll demonstrate this. You see that light flashing? That's the time it takes to spin up to speed. And when it achieves the speed, then the light is on solid. That took probably a couple of seconds to get ready to be able to play. That's not good or bad either. Let me just turn this off. But on my old turntable, I hit start and it was good to go in probably a second or less. This, it takes a little bit for it to get up to speed. Like I said, not good or bad, just the way it is. I know the cartridge is going to take a lot of break-in before it achieves its full sound potential. Like I said, I've only played a handful of records on it, so I've got a ways to go to break it in, but on the whole, I have to say this is a pretty nice turntable. It sounds great. I think it looks among the best looking turntables out there, and for the money, which it's not cheap, and if you can easily find the price of it online if you're interested, I'm not going to tell you, but it is a chunk of money. But this is a solidly built, well-built turntable. It's hopefully going to be the last one I ever buy, and it should last a lifetime, I'm hoping. The other thing is it's also upgradable. I mean, I can also replace that cartridge if I want to hopefully get a different type of sound, or in case this one ever wears out. So that's always nice. And yeah, there you go. I'll be catching up more on records and music, because now I finally have something decent to play on. Probably one of the biggest advantages of this over my old one was the suspension. I can walk across my living room now without having the needle jump, and that's a big deal because my old turntable Had a spring-loaded suspension, and it was so sensitive, I would just take a step into the room and the needle would jump. So I don't have to deal with that anymore, which is really probably one of my favorite things right now about this turntable. So it's rock solid, it's well built, it'll be well maintained, and yeah, I was just wanting to show everybody my new acquisition. Next time around, I'll be back on camera with more records because I'm going to be using this turntable a lot. So till then, take care. This is Jeff. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and I will be back much sooner than the last time. Take care, everyone.